Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we are going to be playing with Vythm JR. But first, as usual, we're going to kick off with an artist who's part of the community by the name of Nina and the Dynamics, who actually made this clip, Topeka, using today's app. Let's rock it. Let's do it. Yeah. Nina and the Dynamics. Topeka. Okay, you asked for it. Let's do it.
Happy birthday to Kim. Happy birthday to Kim. Happy birthday, dear Kim. Happy birthday to you.
Oh God, I'm a hamster. What the hell happened? Hey, I hope you're all doing well. Oh, Jesus. I'm back. Happy birthday, Kim. Welcome to the show, everybody. If you're watching on Facebook, then you're amazing because we're not simulcast on Facebook anymore. But we are over here on the YouTube. You can always join the Facebook group, which is the We All Rise Together Facebook page. The Warts page. There it is there. The little link popping up right now. You can like, share, subscribe, do all the fancy stuff here at the YouTube. The show is telecast every day live at the Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp on iOS. And also, you can become a Patreon. There it is there. The Patreon stuff where we like master music and hang out and do lots of giveaways on the weekend. And today's app will be no exception because on the weekend we'll be giving away some in-app purchases for this particular app. But let me say hello to folks who are here today in the chat and then we'll get down to it because we've got a lot to cover today. Tom Carrara, nice to see you. Ivan Idea, always a pleasure, never a chore. Gregory O'Sullivan, hello to you. Dave, what's going on? Nina and the Dynamics, whose music we just played then to open the show. Thank you for allowing me to play your track, Nina. Cy, always effing good to see you, my friend. Who else is here? SM Borthwick. And ladies and gentlemen, Marvin is here, the developer of today's app, Vythm. Good to see you. Everything's gone blurred, has it? Who knows what it is? It's maybe YouTube's algorithm. things are crazy on YouTube these days. Who knows? Who else have I missed anyone? Audible Video, hello to you. Patrick Chandler, hello. As I keep scrolling. Night Train is here as well. Thomas Christ, of course. How could I miss Thomas Christ? Let's see. Bear. Do I have a sound effect ready? Yes, I sure do. Just for the bear. Catherine Richter, hello to you. Scott is here as well, covering as many people as I can. Mark Bro is here. Welcome to the Patreon as well. Mark Bro, good to we'll hopefully see you on our weekend shows. A weekend show. Have I covered everybody? I think I've got most people here. If I haven't, how can I forget? Of course, the one, the only. Doctor's orders. Hello, Doctor's orders. Good to see you, my friend. For those of you, Brad example, hello, my friend. For those of you who are on the Patreon stream, last weekend we gave away Swarm instruments. The information has been sent off to the wonderful developers, and I'm just waiting to get back the codes. And you will get an email or a message on Patreon back from me very, very soon with all those codes. So don't fear. Sean Chandler, hello to you. Man, there's a whole lot of you. Auntie G is in the house. Good to see you all. Thank you so very much. Now, Marvin, who is here, the wonderful developer who has given me giveaways for this on the Patreon as well. He's here to answer any of your questions, so throw them his way while I fumble my way through. Not a box, hello to you as well. So there you go. Thomas Gillane is here. Man, you're all here today. Good to see you all. Awesome stuff. We've got a really cool video for you today. Really cool app for you. You guys are going to love this app. Let's quickly jump over and look at some price drops. Look at the Bizzo over there. Not much has changed since yesterday. Demo's been added. I don't even think it's a music thing. Mixbox, Sampletron, Hammond B, all at half price at the moment. So get them quick. GeoShred plays still for free if you would like to get it. Adam is still $10 off. Today's app that we're looking at also is a free download. Did you know that? It's free to download. It has some in-app purchases. I think it works out to buy all 6 of the in-app purchases to be about $12 US, so it's really not a lot of money. And you can pick and choose what you would like to purchase. But I do recommend purchasing them because they're really cool. Plus, let me tell you about this. The Mac users have not been forgotten, because if I scroll over to my Mac here, this is the Mac App Store, and look at this. It's also on Mac. Here it is. Look at this. So I'm on my Mac over to my left. If I scroll down, here it is here. So it has in-app purchases as well. Now you're going to be seeing Australian dollary dues here. So there you go. So you can see there's a Psyhcedelic mode for desktop. There's a Milkdrop mode for desktop. So you can see the price differences there. They're a little bit more on the Mac. But yes, there is a Mac version. So sink your teeth into that, bitches. Yeah? What do you say, Peppy? Give me a drum beat. On you, Peppy. I'll feed you some cardboard later. Alrighty. Just one style is for free. One style is for free, but that's enough to get you on your way. And look, it definitely is worth your money if you want to up your game making video clips. So at the end of the show, please stick around, because I'm going to be bouncing over to playing another track by somebody else who's made music with this. Ron Ward and Saigon Slick and the Boston Bard. So I'll be finishing off with their awesome video clip. All right, shall we jump in? Yeah, let's do it. Now, yeah, let's find this sucker. Let's load it up. Cheers to you. It's 8 a.m. here in the morning. I'm drinking coffee from my Psyhcedelic coffee cup. Alrighty. Now, this interface, don't let it scare you, because it's incredibly fun. All right. Now you'll see, as soon as I load it up, we've got some cool stuff happening here. You can see, I'm going to run through. Well, how shall we start off? We shall start off just at the bottom here. So down the bottom here, this is where you can import your audio files. Now, how this works is you import an audio file or a microphone, and it picks up the sounds to create these effects. Now you can actually make these effects on the fly while you're recording them. You can actually set timers to go off, like randomized timers to do all the work for you if you want. There's an LFO built in here as well. And what you're paying for with the in-app purchases are pretty much these things over here. Yeah, these are all your fancy effects and stuff that you're paying for with the in-app purchases. So that's the cool little section here. So let's, and when you import a track, this is your play wheel. So we'll start down the bottom there. So pretty explanatory stuff. You've got a stop and a play button. To import a track, let's do that first. And I'll show you the difference between importing a track and using a microphone. So for those of you who don't have a fancy pants microphone, yeah, and you're just using the microphone on your iPad, you can do that as well. You can just go up to the top here where the little music icon is, click on that, and you've got a mic section. So when I click on that, it quickly changes over to a microphone. So just to show you, see if hopefully everything is working here today, I have this in my hand, my Steinberg condenser mic, and I'm not sure if I do have it connected. Did I have it connected? Well, let me make sure. See that? Hello. Is it working? God, it's working over here, but I'm not sure if I've got it working here yet. Mic sensitivity is on. Boom. Let's flick over to hello. Hello. See that? Hello. So when I'm speaking, you can't actually hear it through the microphone because I don't have it actually connected for you. I don't have it running through anything, but you can see when I talk, boom, boom, boom. So you can control it through your microphone. Even if I'm tapping it, you can see that thickening up there. If I go over to something like a shape here, boom, boom. So it does work, yeah? And I've been told in an update, so there's a little bit of an issue with the microphone, but that will be fixed in update. But I'm not really concentrating on the microphone today because I'm concentrating on the music, yeah? But it is working, just so you know, and you just can't hear it because I don't have it connected. But we're going to focus on actually using files. So the next thing we've got here is the Files app. You can import stuff from iTunes, but I don't think it's working as good as what one wants at the moment. That's due to iTunes and their messy system and all that. So we're going to actually just bring in a file here. So I'm going to bring in a file from Psy effing good to see you. And you get a little warning here saying you may want to disable the silent mode in your device, but we're good to go. Now, I've been experiencing this a little bit. There we go. So you can already see this is making this donut dance. Right, now you see, as soon as I stopped, look at that, it just stopped. So it's definitely picking up the music. It's picking up what I'm putting down, man. But here's the really cool thing about it. So you do have all these options here, which we're going to go through, and you can manipulate this, change it all around, make it do all these fancy things. Here's one of the most important buttons. This little record button, this is how you save this to files. So once you hit this, it starts recording whatever you're going to do while it's playing. And you can have all of these up on the screen, all of these options here, and you can touch them and flick around and change everything. But the screen, the actual recording, only records the background. Yeah? So you can have all these up and you may think, you know, this is recording all this stuff here, but it doesn't. It only records what's happening for the visualizations. So let's just run through some of the things on the left-hand side here. We've got this bloom button. So when I turn this up, you'll see it really really vibrates this thing. It gets it really blossoming like a bloom, yeah? And we turn that down. So you've got a lot of control over that. So a vignette, as you call it, so that brings everything in and gives it like a darkness around the outside. And when you pull that back out, you've got a full screen kind of effect there. Hello, Cam. Good to see you. Hello, Fam Priem. So already you can see some really fancy stuff going on here. Let's make it full. You've got this aberration kind of thing, which, look at that. It just absolutely creates some crazy, crazy vibrations kind of thing there. So you've got control over that. You've got the hue, where you can see by changing the hue, you're changing the color of all of this. And you've got a hexa, which, as you can see, hexagons everything out. Yeah? Lovely stuff. And here's the cool bit. Before we move on, you can actually attach all of these settings to your MIDI keyboard. Yeah? To your MIDI keyboard. So you can assign it to knobs. Look at that. I've already got it assigned. Look at this. I'm turning these knobs on my keyboard, and look, it's changing from my keyboard, so I don't even have to touch the screen. Pretty sick, yeah? Man, this thing is so cool. This is fucking cool, man. If you're not buying this and all the in-app purchases now, you're crazy. All right, let's touch on here again, because you have an LFO as well. So you've got this LFO, and you can change the frequency of the LFO, and you can see the beat here by this little thing flicking up and down here. So this tells you 48 BPM, and you can turn the frequency up. And look at that, you can really get this pulsating at 232 BPM. Look at that. Damn, that is pulsating. You can bring it right back down to nothing. You can change the depth as well. Look, oh my God, let's bring that up. And I hope nobody's got epilepsy. Please don't have epilepsy right now. I don't want to kill you. And what you'll notice here as I scroll across, all these buttons, you can click these off, and this will affect these what the LFO will affect. So if I turn on the bloom, it's just affecting the bloom. I can add all the rest. You can choose whatever you want. You can change the hue, the rotation, and the LFO will control all of that. And we're only on one setting here, you know, so there's a hell of a lot of stuff that you can create with this. So pretty incredible stuff, yeah? So I hope you understand how you control these features here. Hello, Mars Capone. I hope if there's anybody I've missed, I am sorry. There is a lot to go through today with this particular app. Yes, Hypnotoad approves. I wish I had a Hypnotoad effect. Do I have a Hypnotoad effect? Let me see. Close.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hypnotoad.
All right, that's enough of that. Close enough to Hypnotoad. So there's in a snapshot what's going on with the controls here. And you can see without it even playing, let's go back to the start and give it a burl. And let me play with my keyboard controls as well. Cool. Now, there's also, there's heaps more to go, yeah? So the aspect ratio is controlled, so it's the actual iPad, yeah? So what I'm going to show you at the end of this is, when we're done, I'll export this and we'll open it up in LumaFusion, and then we'll do even more with it, because that's the beauty of this thing, yeah? So there you go too. So you can change the aspect ratio, and it's in here, I do believe. So you can change the. We're getting into the. Let's talk about the settings, and then we'll go over to the shapes and stuff. Yeah. So this top button over here, the big one with the 3 lines, the hamburger as people call it. We'll open this up here, so you can actually change the quality if you like. If you've got an older iPad, so you can change it to balanced or a medium. I've got it set on balance, so I can hit best performance. You can change your frames per second. You have 2 options, 60 and 30. You can record quality at 1080p, 720p. Keep device ratio. There you go. You've got 16:9, so you can do all of that. So we can change the ratio. So you can do all that kind of fun stuff. You can turn off this little vibrating section here. So you've got a little vibrating section there that you can turn on and off. Play on start. Now, what I do suspect that is when you either I don't know, maybe Marvin can answer it for me. It's either when you start recording it starts playing, or when you first open the app it starts playing. I'm not sure. So maybe Marvin can confirm yay or nay. You can choose your background from in here as well. So you have a whole bunch of backgrounds. So we're currently on the flower of life. Let's choose particles. So now there's a difference between things that are in the center and things that are the background. So you've got background particles. Let's go through a few of these. When you first open the app, it starts playing or not. Thank you so much for that. So this is particles. We've got FX wall, which we've got space. So there you go. We've got some space happening there. What else? Swarm. The flowers of life, which we had. You can actually also choose from an image. So let's do that. If I choose an image, it brings up this little section here, and you can load. Click your load button, and it brings up your Photos app. So let's get a photo of Ron Ward. Dear. There we go. Look at that. We've got Ron Ward. Ron Ward, man. Let's play some music to Ron Ward. Cool, we've got Ron Ward as well. So you can load any image in there, and once you've loaded the image, you can stretch the image. So you can decide to stretch it. You can play around with it in here. So you've got all these options to play around with these images, yeah? We'll go back into here. So yeah, I can stretch the image long ways. You can stretch it this ways. You can stretch height, or you can stretch width. So when you've got the button pressed on, you're adjusting the height. And when you've got it off, you're adjusting the width. Yeah? Good stuff. So you can add anything you want in there pretty much. And you can also choose to, if you like, to use your camera. I'm not going to use my camera because it's just aiming at the wall. That would be pointless. But you can actually use the camera as well. Or you've just got a black background. So, pretty cool. We'll keep Ron on there for a second, and we'll go further down. Here's where you can choose. So you've got music enabled. If you want this is how the music vibrates. So you can choose your mic sensitivity. You can choose your audio sensitivity if you would like from there. Now here's where you do the MIDI mapping. Let's show you how this works. So we'll go to our split screen here, and if I choose devices, you can see that I have a few things connected. I have my Arturia keyboard, and I have my Nano Pad 2, which doesn't really have any knobs. All right. So you just choose which one you want. Refresh. So I've got the Arturia connected there. And then, whoops, we go to mapping. Hit the mapping button. You get a walkthrough of instructions for this. Click on a knob on the performance bar at the bottom left side of the screen, and then use a key or slider. So you can use a slider. It's completely up to you. Hit next, and now you'll see all over here, these buttons have changed color. So if I click on one, now I just turn a knob, and it flashes and lets you know it's done. Another one's done, because these are already mapped. Mapped. This one. Mapped, and we'll do this one. I don't think it'll pick up that particular knob. So now when I turn these knobs, I can control all of this stuff. It's really cool, yeah? Ace. So let's get back into the section. So how easy was that? How easy was that to set up a MIDI controller? Super simple, yeah? You have color gradients here, yeah? So you can go in here and you can choose just a solid one color. So if we, what should we do this with? Let's go into our backgrounds. Let's get rid of Ron for a second. And we'll go to particles. We can actually go in here. We'll change this to our little pill, our donut thing here. You can go into color type, and we've got one color here. So you can go in and change, look at that. So you can change the color of this thing to whatever color you want. Plus, and you hit OK. Plus you can choose gradients. So you can have multiple colors. So we can go to push. You can do a ping pong of multiple colors. Here's your gradients. So you can actually scroll through gradients down here. See that? How I'm just moving through these gradients. Really cool stuff. You can change the velocity. Also, you've got custom gradients. So if you hit custom gradients, you've got 3 different colors here you can choose from. Yeah? So you can choose, we'll choose this color here and say OK. We'll choose a crazy bright color there, hit OK. And this third one, we'll go maybe something like that, like a white. And now we've got it set to ping pong over here. So these will ping pong between the colors, or you can hit push and they'll push through the colors, yeah? Absolutely, really easy to use. Now here's the fun bit, yeah? Really easy. What are these things going to sync to? You've got all these options. You can sync to the bass, mid ranges, or heights. We're set to bass at the moment. Whoa! Look at that shit. Pretty sick, yeah? Alrighty, so here you can mess with the bloom and the effects too. So you've got, whenever you change, so in these options here, whenever you change these here, the actual knobs over here will change. Excuse me. So see this bloom? Let's turn it all the way down. Go back into the menu. And if I turn the bloom all the way up, you'll notice now the bloom's all the way up over here. So these are just another way to get to your controls. You can change the glitch amount. So you can change the aberrations amount. So color, contrast, exposure. You've got all these options in here, which is super, super cool. Down the bottom, the final things down here, you can keep all the players on. So you can turn off the record buttons if you want. The question marks, the performance, the record button. You can turn those off if you don't want them. That's completely up to you. The shapes. So here we have all these shapes. You can actually change. You can rotate and scale. Yeah, I'm getting to that, my friend Marvin. That's one of my favorite bits. So, so you've got shape groups, yeah? So you can change here by clicking these. We got a, what do they call it? Dodecahedron? Is that what he said? A sphere. You can change to a cube. You can change to a, what do we got? A hexagonal torus. We have, oh, so many cool ones. Hexagonals. Look at them all, man. Boom. You can change, we've got shape numbers here. There's so much you can do with this. This is absolutely cool. You can keep the spikes in. You can take the rotation out. You can keep the size the same. You can change the push. You can control all of this from here. Change the scale size. Pull it all the way back. Really, really customizable and really big, colorful things to play with. You know, you're not going to get lost here. There's no small menus. So you can also save presets as well. How do you save a preset? Well, it's really easy. You just where this section is in here, because you don't get any presets when you buy it. You have to make all your own presets. That's the challenge. So you enter your text here, and we'll call this Psyhcedelic, and then you hit the little tick box, and that's done. So when you look at your presets here, it's all saved. Really easy peasy beneasy. Just hit load. Bottom section is restore your in-app purchases, tutorial, and contact details if you ever want to get in contact with Marvin, who is a really, really accessible human being. And now remember, this was made by Marvin in conjunction with, of course, Jordan Rudess. Of course, Jordan Rudess had a hand in this. Can't you tell? So they're both working on this. They've both worked on this together, and it clearly is a wonderful, wonderful app. Right. Now, something else that was just touched on there, you can, look at this, with my fingers here, because remember, we're on an iPad, yeah? Hello, Andy Goldsby. Hello, Pete Johns. You can take your fingers and pinch and make these bigger, spin things around. And you can do this with most things, yeah? Pretty cool. And why is this important that you can touch the screen? Because, as I said in the beginning, see you've got all these controls here. Once you hit the record button over here and start recording your project, that when you finish, you can save this. While it's recording, you can press all these buttons and pinch to zoom, and you can control all of this with your hands while it's recording the screen, while it's actually recording. So you have complete control over this. You can turn your knobs. Really, really ace. Let's go through some of the visualizations, yeah? So these are the things that you're paying for over here with your in-app purchases. This is the first one. This is our Equalizer. And when you jump in over here to the... now, these menus, so this menu, the Equalizer settings, this is over here, yeah? So this little one up in the bottom, top left-hand corner. They change with the whichever one you're picking here. So we're on Equalizer. If I change to Mandala now, you'll see a whole lot of different things happen over here in the mode section. If I change the shapes, you get a whole bunch of different shapes. Fluids, you get different things. So everything acts with whichever in-app purchase or palette you have selected. And again, you can go through a bunch of these. We've got triangles. We've got... radials, simple radials that can... Look at that shit, man. Yeah, boy! We've got radial spectrums, and I can pinch, remember? Pinch, squeeze. Change the LFO. Let's add in, make sure everything's added in here. Let's choose some other ones we've got here. So we've got our triangle. Okay, and look at that, disappears when we go. Yeah, all good. So we've also got, we've had a look quickly at the Equalizer there. Remember, time is of the essence. And this is all about you guys, man, because, you know, what can you make with this stuff? Because that's the most important thing. Hope this show is going to help you get your juices flowing to some of the cool stuff you can make. So if we hit play again, here's the snowflake. We'll just go through some of them. Got this polygon. Cool. Let's jump over to something else. Remember, within all of these too, when you change these things, you've got total control with segments, the angle of these as well. So you've got control over each of these. And you'll notice with some of them, they do change quite a fair bit, yeah? So we're using, by the way, we're using Psy Effen's music today. Thank you, Psy, for sending me the track. And look, I'm going to prove to you, SM Borthwick, that it's not only for electronic music, yeah? It's 130 BPM. All right, let me fix that for you. Thanks, Psy. I should have asked. There we go, 130. Come on. Got it. There you go. There you go, you happy Notterbox. We got there. Good night, Auntie G. Have a good sleep. So let's jump over to the shapes one now. So this is the third one on the list. Here's our shapes. Boom, look at that. We've got some shapes, folks. I think we've already been over here. We've done so we've got hexagonal. Where are we? We've done these. Right, so we're on sphere, cube. We're on shapes now. So here's a cube one. Thank you so much, Ivan Idea. You rock, Ivan Idea. Thank you, mate. I'm totally blown away by this thing, yeah? It's really incredible. Because we had another app released, was it this year? That we were hoping to be like as easy to use as this, but it wasn't, unfortunately. Still a good app, but just, just didn't reach those exactly what we wanted from it. So again, you've got all these great hexagonal things. You can change the scale size as well. There's so much depth here. It is utterly ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. You can change the rotate, remove the spikes if you want. Remember, you can pinch and all that jazz. So here I am pinching and zooming right in on that and then pulling right back. Spinning around as well. So you can see that's now spinning. Good Lord. And I feel bad if anybody does have seizures because this is going to blow your brains out. Yes, Thomas, it is the visualizer we all have been waiting for. So absolutely fantastic work, Marvin. And Jordan, you've smashed it out the park. All right, I'm going to move to one of my favorites. This is fluids. I love fluids. All right, why do I love fluids? Because look at this. If I touch the screen, oh, look at that, man. And remember, you can do this while you're recording. Look at that. You can drag this around while you're actually recording. I'll pull that one down. Look, it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing. Milkdrop's awesome as well. Remember, this is on Mac too. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So we are in fluids. And again, you can change your effects here. We'll hit play. Wait for the song to reboot again. Man, this app is really cool. Complexity. You can change the complexity of this as well. Off we go. So I can draw on this. Remember, you can change the background at any time you want. So now we've got a swarm background behind this. This is Milkdrop. Wow. Yes, yes, you can import your own background picture. We covered that at the beginning. So, yep, you can definitely do that. So Milkdrop is a little bit different. Milkdrop has its own selection of crazy stuff you can add in here. Let's go through them. So, man. Really sick, man. This really makes the iPad screen look absolutely fucking crazy. Look at that. Jesus Christ. So I think this is connected to the... Yeah. We're off again. Let's change it now. Crazy. It is mental doctor's orders. It's really, really, really awesome. Wow. So these are all in up here in the Milkdrop. The Milkdrop is an absolute banger. So this is our Psyhcedelic one as well. You've got fractals in here, Cosmos. Look at that one, man. Look at that. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I want to make love to this app. It's awesome. So we'll go through the rest of them, and then we'll go through the automation kind of thing. So the randomization. And then we'll shoot a clip, and then we'll open it up in LumaFusion, yeah? So we're on Psyhcedelic now, which can be found over here. And remember, I'm still keeping the backgrounds. You know, I can change this up a hell of a lot more. There's just so much. Let's go and change the background quickly. So I've got these squares here with this space. And even here in the background, you've got, look at all this stuff. Within each of the backgrounds, you've got sub-menus. Look at all those sub menus there, man. Boom. Art and visuals are in the App Store add-ons. Actually, in the art and visuals are the in-app add-ons. Actually, in the App Store. Yeah, so I think all up, it's like $12 US. I think for all of the in-app purchases. So you buy them within the app. So it's fucking incredible. So this is the Psyhcedelic. What's going on, Vortex? Now we're in shapes. This is shapes 2. So you've got 2 shapes ones. And in here, and remember, I can pinch to zoom these shapes as well, make them larger, smaller. I can spin them around. It is. I agree, Doctor's orders. This thing is crazy sick. So, no, I don't have an M1. I don't. I have a 2018 iPad Pro. So there you go. It's running on a 2018 iPad Pro with ease. And this is running at, what do we have it set at? Look, 1080p. I've got it set to balanced. It's only at 30 frames per second. You can choose 60. I'm pretty sure you can use best performance, and I still had it running fine. So, you know, and there is an update coming with a whole lot of cool stuff. I think there's like kaleidoscopes. Here we go. So in 2.5, you can drag and drop shapes, equalizer to wherever you want on the screen. There's a whole bunch of really cool updates. So get on board. Now let's talk about the randomization, because the randomization is super cool. As I said, when you're recording your project, you can play with it and mess around with it as you're recording it. Or up here where this little play button is, this is your randomization section. So if I just hit play now, you'll see that a little timer spinning around here. I think it's set to 5 seconds, and every 5 seconds, it'll randomize visualizations. So if we hit play again, you'll see every 5 seconds, boom. So you don't even have to touch it. Look at that. Hands free. Right, so if you click on the dice, you get given the randomize options, and you can decide on how long you want the loop time to be. So we've got it set at 5 seconds here. You can choose 15, 30, 120 seconds, 60, and it'll handle it all itself. You can turn off autopilot all by if you don't want it running at all. You can have it only change every 15 seconds or 5 seconds. You can choose all of them, or just the color, just the background. So you've got a whole lot of options here to set your randomizing automation. So that's really cool. So we can just choose the background if we want. So let's set it back to 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, just the background will change. See, lovely. Plus, if you want to turn that off, so you just hit the little play over here. You can just hit the dice over here whenever you want and control it yourself. And remember, when you're recording, you don't see this menu screen, right? You can just choose the color, randomize the color, randomize the visualizer, performance, can pretty much randomize anything you want, yeah? Super cool. All right, so let's take this back to the start. And just for now, I'm going to keep it, we'll go into the menu, and I'm going to load up one of the presets, the original preset I had set in here, which is, I think it was No Emis, and hit load. So this is what I kicked off with today. Thank you very much, Tom Carrera, for the kind super chat. That's very, very kind of you. Now, shall we record something? Yes, yes, yes. So I have all my knobs. So my MIDI control is connected. As you can see, I can control everything here with my MIDI control. So that's all good to go. We'll turn everything down for now. And I'm going to hit record, and we're going to kind of record something with 8 minutes to go. What's going on, Metalhead Hippie? Hello, Dan. Hope you're doing well. All right, so it's as easy as this. So as soon as you hit record, it starts recording. So you can hit play when you want, but it starts recording as soon as you hit the magic button. So let's do it. And we're off. You can see it flashing. And then we'll go down here and hit play. And we're recording. Let's turn it up, yeah. Going to use the randomizer for a little bit. Let's go! have to do now is hit the record button. And we should have, if we stop now. So how much fun was that, man? How much fun was that? That was ace fun. I'm hoping everything's gone right. Fingers crossed. When I open my Photos app, look at that. There it is, man. There it is. It's all ready to go. There it is. So I didn't record it in 16:9, but that's okay. And there it is. Sick. Thank you very much, Mobile Music Pro. Pretty sick, yeah? So now what we can do is we can go into something like LumaFusion. Here's where it gets really fun. We can create a brand new project. Let's create a new project, and we'll call this Vythm, no MS, and hit the plus, and we can go over to our photos here, video, and we can drag this motherfucker in here. Look at that. And you know, I seriously should have made this in 16:9, of course. I know. These things happen. But let's just, for the sake of it, we'll go, I'll just make sure my palette is in, let's go to, where are we? Come on. We'll make sure this is in 16:9, 9 by, oops, not 9 by 16, 16:9. Where are we? Landscape, there we go. So now I can double click on this. And sure, it's going to chop it off a little bit because I wasn't smart enough to set it by 16:9. But when we hit play, so we can go into the project if we want, and we can split the audio from here if we so desire by doing that. And look, there's our audio split. So now we can make changes if we want to or anything like that with the audio. Then we can double click on this. And here's where it gets fun. You can go into something like this and even mess with it more. Look at that. So you've got all these other cool effects you can add. Like a kaleidoscope. Look at that. Sick. So you can change all of this. You can go in and change to a kaleidoscope. Effects in 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 effects. And, you know, what's super cool is you can go in and chop this up as you want. So you might want to chop it somewhere here and then add an effect on top of that section. It is absolutely limitless. Thank you very much, Metalhead Hippie, for the $5 super chat. And yes, happy birthday to Kim Harden Hudson. You missed out, Hippie. I sung her happy birthday as a hamster at the beginning of the show. And yes, that is the other thing, folks. Marvin has said on the next release there is a kaleidoscope effect coming as well, man. If you haven't already bought this, I mean, you got rocks in your head. This is so much fun. So much fun. I can't thank Marvin enough for and working with Jordan Rudess and creating this, because this is the shit, man. This is what we've been waiting for a long time. God, look at it. You can add all these effects to it. So it's quite limitless what you can attach to these after you've actually finished. After you've finished making this. So yeah, just think too, you can actually go in here and you could take two of these. You can, you know, if I take another one of these, we'll just import another one of them. And we'll mute the sound on it. So let's mute the sound. And then we'll move this just randomly. And then you can go in, double click on this one here, and add your transparencies. So you can do some blending and start to blend these together. Look at that. How sick is that? So yeah, you can really get some crazy blending happening as well, just with the same track. Let's bring that full screen. There you go. Hey, thank you very much, Mars Capone, for the very kind super chat. Thank you all for the super chats today. It's really kind of you. Never expected, but very, very appreciated. What do you guys think? Are you loving it? Are you loving it? So, now, this is the other question. So, no problem, Mark Bro. Thank you for being here. Now, go and check out Marvin's other apps too, yeah? Because he's got some really cool apps going on. They're little gems that are just sitting there in the App Store waiting to be discovered. He's a little sneak, our friend Marvin. So definitely do that. He's got some great apps happening, and he's a really amazing person. So if you have any issues or anything like that, reach out to him, because he's a really very, very approachable, really nice person. Yes, it is. It's on Mac Hippie. I don't know if it's on, maybe if Marvin's still here. Is it on PC? Because I can show you here. There it is on my Mac. So it's actually on the Mac App Store. I'm not sure if it is on a PC. That's the one thing I wasn't sure of. So, I mean, if it is, that's amazing. That is amazing. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's sick. I think it's awesome. Go out and grab it. You know what we're going to do to finish today? We're going to play a clip that somebody else has already made. Ward and Brian Bigler from Saigon Slick and the Boston Bard, their latest single was made using this, and they use the Mac version. So we shall load it up here. And while I'm doing that, I'll say thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel as always. And I hope you'll all support Marvin for this wonderful app. Thank you, man, for making this. It's something that we really needed to add some spice to video clips. And also, if you are a Patreon, so it's not available on Windows. So there you go. But maybe next year. There you go. And thank you very much for throwing some codes my way. Guys, if you're on the Patreon, I've got a bunch of them to give away this weekend. So there you go. So tune in for that, patrons, because we love you. And let's load up. Let's load up Ron Ward's track, shall we? There we go. So, as usual, my friends, do the things that make you happy. You remember that mistakes, they make you better. And I'll see you on the next one. This is Ron Ward, Brian Bigler. This is Saigon Slick and the Boston Bard with their new single, Lovely Bipolar. And this was made using the amazing Vythm JR. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.
She keeps a bottle on the nightstand where she keeps her love, as Daddy whispers in her dreams. She lights a cigarette and puts the bottle to her head to erase the memory of her deed. And she was dark, and she was cold, but she was everything to me. She keeps the memory of the way that Daddy went away. She told him not to misbehave. He ate a bullet for the things he did to her that day, and now he loves her from his grave. And she was dark, and she was cold, lovely and bipolar. I'll be your daddy if you want me to be. Take it out on me. You be the devil of my darkest dream. Wanna make you scream. She leaves the door unlocked and open when we are sleeping, so she can see who's coming in. Maybe she'll let them in so they could join the party too. That's how she used to lure me in. A pretty girl on medication, lovely and bipolar. I'll be your daddy if you want me to be. Take it out on me. You'll be the devil of my darkest dreams. Always hear me scream. She keeps a bottle on the nightstand where she keeps her daddy's love. She never leaves enough for me. She lights a cigarette and cleans a gun and pulls a trigger. She's gonna use that thing on me.
Just for you, Audible. Hit that like on the way out, folks. Thanks for being here. Woo!
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.